can see arithmetic mean also. So if you have missed my previous session, please go and check my description. You can consider n1 is equals to 10, n2 is equals to channel tutelage, a guide to learner. Here this is Tripana. Hope all of you are doing good. We had discussed already how to calculate the arithmetic mean by direct and shortcut method, which is in continuous series with and without frequency, and the merits and demerits of arithmetic mean also. So if you have missed my previous session, please go and check my description box and my first comment where the link is already shared. So learner, let's start the session and go to my next slide where we can see what we will study for today. So the first one is properties of arithmetic mean, and which is one of the most important topic of arithmetic mean. And next go to the second point, that is the concept of median and its types, and third one is calculation of median in individual series only. Okay, so learner, let's move on the main slide. Here we can see some properties of the arithmetic mean. The first one is the algebraic sum of the deviation of the items in a series from their arithmetic mean, that is x bar, is equal absolutely 0. So that means summation x minus x bar is equals to 0. So learner, we have to prove it. So let's begin the explanation and go to the next slide. So learner, we all know that the formula of the arithmetic mean. So the formula of the arithmetic mean is x bar is equals to x2 plus dot dot xn, which is divided by n. So from this line we can write in this way x1 plus x2 plus dot dot xn, which is equals to nx bar. So how is it possible? Because denominator value n is multiplied by the x bar. So that's why nx bar is here. So learner, we have to prove summation x minus x bar is equals to 0. Okay. So summation sign denotes the addition, and we have nth term of x variable. So that's why we can write in this way x1 minus x bar plus x2 minus x bar plus dot dot xn minus x bar, and x1 plus x2 plus dot dot xn minus nx bar. So how can we write it here? So the raised value, after writing this portion, the raised value is x bar only. And how many times of x bar are there in the previous equation? That is n times. So that means n into x bar. Clear? And now going to the equation number A. So the equation A says x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus dot dot xn, which is equals to nx bar, and putting it in this equation. So nx bar minus nx bar, which is equals to 0. So we can write x1 minus x bar plus x2 minus x bar plus x3 minus x bar plus dot dot xn minus x bar, which is equals to 0, and that means summation x minus x bar is equals to 0. I think this is proved. So I think it will be more clear when we are using the numerical example. So now going to the next slide. So learner, now going to the example slide. Okay. So we can see an example. So find out the arithmetic, find out the arithmetic mean 35791 and show that the sum of the deviation from the mean would be 0. So, now time for the solution. So, here we can write x bar is equals to summation x by n, and this is the formula of the arithmetic mean. So, now we have to calculate the x bar. So, x bar is equals to 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11, which is divided by 5 because there are 5 variables. Okay. So, the sum is 35. So, 35 by 5, that means 7. So, 7 is the x bar. Okay. So, now going to the next slide, and where we can see the deviation from x slide. Okay. So, deviation from what? Deviation from x bar, that means x minus x bars column. Clear? So, from the first variable we can write 3 minus 7 because 7 is x bar and x variable, that means 3. So, 3 minus 7, which is equals to minus 4. Now, going to the second variable 5 minus 7, which is equals to minus 2. For going to the third variable 7 minus 7, which is equals to 0. Now, going to the next, that is 9 minus 7, which is equals to plus 2, and now going to the last variable for 11. So, 11 minus 7, that means plus 4. Clear? So, we all know that x bar is equals to 7 and x minus x bar. So, now time we have to calculate the sum of the deviated value. So, summation x minus x bar. So, we have already proved summation x minus x bar is equals to is absolutely 0 always. So, now we can see minus 4 plus 4 cancel out, minus 2 plus 2 cancel out. So, summation x minus x bar, which is equals to 0, and it is proved by numerically also. So, now going to the next property. So, here we can see the second property of the arithmetic mean. The second one is the sum of the square of the deviation of the items from the arithmetic mean is minimum. That means less than the sum of the square of the deviation of the items from any other value. Okay. So, this property of the mean is of great importance in the regression analysis, and this is out of syllabus for class 11. So, learner, we will discuss it later. So, just remember the properties of the arithmetic mean. So, sum of the square of the deviation from their arithmetic mean is always minimum. Okay. So, now going to the third property. So, third property is the product of the arithmetic mean and the number of observation on which the mean is based is equal to the sum of all the given values, that is n x bar is equals to summation x. Clear? So, product of arithmetic mean and number of observation means arithmetic mean is denoted by x bar and number of observation is denoted by capital N. So, product means multiplication. So, n into x bar, that means n x bar is equals to sum of all given values, sum of the x values. So, sum of x values is denoted by summation x. I think this is clear. So, we have already known the formula of the arithmetic mean. So, x bar is equals to summation x, which is divided by n. So, that means n x bar, which is equals to summation x. So, this property is of great importance. If we know the mean and the number of observation, that is n, so we can find the sum of the all items by using this formula. For example, if we know the average wage x bar in a factory, that is 2000, that is 2000, and the number of workers which is denoted by capital N employed in that factory, that is 10. Clear? So we can compute the total weight, that is summation x, with the help of this property. So we all know that n into x bar, which is equals to summation x. So x bar is equals to, so x bar is equals to 2000 into 10, that means 20,000 is the total monthly weight of this factory. I think this is clear. So now going to the next slide, where we can see the fourth property of the arithmetic mean. The fourth one is the given the arithmetic mean and number of items of two or more than two related groups, we can compute the combined average wage of these groups. So combined mean of two group is x bar 1 to 1 to denotes there is two group only. So n1 x1 plus n2 x2, which is divided by n1 plus n2. So for example, we can consider n1 is equals to 10, n2 is equals to 5, x1 is equals to 2 and x2 is equals to 5. So what is the combined mean? So combined mean is n1 into x1. So n1 means 10, x1 means 2, that means 10 into 2, that is equals to 20. So 20 plus n2 into x2. So n2 is 5 and x2 is also 5. So 5 into 5, that means 25. And now the denominator value, that is the n1 plus n2. So n1 means 10 and n2 means 5, that means 15. So 45 by 15. So I think this is 3. So 3 is the combined mean of this example. So I think this is clear. So now going to the next concept, that is median. So here we can see the definition of the median. So what do you mean by a median? So median basically refers to the place of value, okay, in the series irrespective of the all other values. It denotes only the place of a value, and it gives us an idea where the central value is located in the data set, and median is basically the middle most value. Okay, so now going to the next slide. So here we can see the types of median. So median can also be calculated by two methods, namely the first one is the algebraic method and the second one is the graphic method. So today we will discuss only the algebraic method, not the graphic one. So now going to the next slide. Here we can see the calculation process of median. So median, we have already told that median is the middlemost value of the series. So that's why median is equals to size of n plus 1 by 2th term, and n is the number of observation. So if n is odd number, so the middlemost value or required median is n plus 1 by 2th term, and if n is the even number, so median is located halfway between the two middle items. Clear? I think it will be more clear when we are using the mathematical example. So now going to the next slide, where we can see an example. So here this is the example for the odd number. Okay. So because there are 5 variable, and we all know that 5 is the odd number. So n is equals to 5. So what is the value of median? So median is equals to n plus 1 by 2. That means 5 plus 1 by 2, that is equals to third item. So third item or third value is the value of median for the particular example. So what is the third item? What is the value of the third item? That is 1600. So 1600 is the value of median, and this is the answer for this particular example. So now going to the next slide, where we can see the even number series. So we have 6 variables, clear. So, n plus 1 by 2, that means 6 plus 1 by 2, that is equals to 3.5th item. So, for the even number series, the value of median is equals to 3.5th item is equals to size of the third item plus size of the fourth item, which is divided by 2. That means 1600 plus 1700, which is divided by 2, that means 1650. So, 1650 is the value of median for the even number series. I think this is clear. So, now going to the next slide. So, here we can see the another calculation process of median, which is in discrete series, and we have 6 variables. So, this is an even number series also, and we can see there are 3 columns. The first column indicates a value, the second column indicates a frequency, and third column, most important column, which indicates a cumulative frequency. And we have already discussed in my previous session what do you mean by a cumulative frequency. So, if you have missed my previous session, so please go and check my description box and my first comment where the previous session link is already shared. So, now going to the formula example. So, for the first variable, the frequency for the first variable, which is equals to 1, and the cumulative frequency for the first variable, which is also equals to 1, because this is the first value and there is no previous frequency. Okay. So, now going to the second value. So, the previous class cumulative frequency is 1 and the present class frequency is 2. So, 1 plus 2, that is equals to 3. Now, going to the third one. So, cumulative frequency of the previous class, which is equals to 3, and the frequency of the present class, which is equals to 9. So, 9 plus 3, which is equals to 12. Now, going to the fourth one. So, cumulative frequency of the previous class, which is equals to 12, and the frequency of the present class, which is equals to 13. So, 13 plus 12, which is equals to 25. Now, going to the last one. So, frequency of the present class, that is 4, and the cumulative frequency of the previous class, which is equals to 40. So, 40 plus 4, which is equals to 44. I think this is clear. So, now move on the next slide. So, we all know that n is equals to summation f, and which is equals to 44, and this is an even number series. So, that is why median is equals to size of n plus 1 by 2th term. So, 44 plus 1, which is divided by 2, that means 22.5. So, the median value is 22.5th item, clear. So, the cumulative frequency column shows all item from 12 onwards up to 25, because 22.5 is contained in the 25. So, now going to the previous slide. So, here we can see, so 22.5th item is contained in 25, sorry, so in this class, clear. So, what is the value of median? So, median is 11. Clear. So, now going to the next slide. Here we can see another calculation process of median, and which is used in basically continuous series, and now the formula of the median. So, formula is L1 plus n by 2 by Cf, which is divided by frequency of the median class into class interval. So, now going to the next slide. L1 means the lower class limit of the median class, n means number of items in the data, Cf means we have already told that cumulative frequency up to the median class, clear, and F median means frequency of the median class, and C for class interval of the median class. I think this is clear. So, now going to an example. So, here this is an example of the continuous series, and we have there are 3 columns. First one is the class interval, denotes the class interval. The second one indicates the frequencies, and third one indicates the cumulative frequency. The process of cumulative frequency remains same. So, for the first class, the frequency is 30 and cumulative frequency is also 30 because there is no previous frequency. Now going to the second one, the cumulative frequency of the previous class, that is equals to 30, and the present class frequency which is equals to 20. So 30 plus 20 which is equals to 50. So now going to the third one, so previous class cumulative frequency is 50 and the present class frequency which is equals to 15, so now which is equals to 65. So now going to the last one, so 78 plus 22 which is equals to 100, and 100 means capital N, 100 means summation F. Clear? So N is equals to 100. Okay. So 30 plus 20 plus 15 plus 13 plus 22 which is equals to 100 also. So now going to the next slide. So here we can see the median is equals to size of n by 2th term. Okay. So n is equals to 100, we know that. So 100 by 2, that means 50th item. So 50th item is contained in which class? This is the 40 to 45 in that class. So the value of median must lie within the range of 40 to 45. So for the class is, so class is 40 to 45. So what is the lower class limit? So that is equals to 40. So applying the formula for getting the exact value of median, so median is equals to L1 is equals to 40. Clear? And we have already known that n by 2, that means 100 by 2 minus 50 which is equals to cumulative frequency. So 50th item is contained in the class 40 to 45. So the value of median must lie within the previous range 40 to 45. So now going to the previous slide. So the 50, the item 50 is contained in the 50. Okay. So in this class. Clear? So the cumulative frequency up to this class, that is equals to 50. So that's why we can write here the 50, and which is divided by 20. So 20 means frequency of the median class which is equals to 20, and 5 means class interval. So what is the difference between the lower and upper class limit, which is equals to 5. So 5 is the class interval of the median class. So that's why we can write here 5. So 50 minus 50 which is equals to 0. So 0 is multiplied by any number which is also equals to 0. So 40 plus 0 which is equals to 40. So what is the value of median? So median is 40 for these particular examples. So we are done for the today's session. We have discussed today a lot of things. The most important, that is property of the arithmetic mean, the definition of median and the types of median also, and the calculation process of median, which is in the discrete and the continuous series both. So I will come again with some new concepts of this chapter. So till then, stay tuned. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe my channel. Please press the bell button for getting new notification from my side. Happy learning. Thank you.